Good morning, this is Vicki.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show. So, travel isn't always pretty. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart. But that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you. It leaves marks on your memory, on your consciousness, on your heart and on your body. You take something with you. Hopefully you leave something good behind. Anthony Bourdain.
Well, that certainly says a lot
Yes.
about our travel experience, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we had a lot of
Hurt?
no or heartbreak.
No.
No. Maybe that one day I felt a bit broken, but that was more just exhaustion rather than heartbreak.
Yeah. Well, your swollen feet were
Yes.
driving you a bit batty because I was dragging you everywhere. Like, come on. Can't be dilly-dallying here.
No.
We've got 2 weeks to do Europe.
and that was amazing. As you said with Damien, that thank heavens we went when we did, and we did it quite quickly. Like I'd been thinking about going to Paris for years and years and years, and we went away to I think talk about our book and no, maybe not, but anyway, whatever it was, we went away and. You started saying, well, maybe we should go. And I mean, I had tears in my eyes. Oh, is this going to happen? Is it finally going to happen? And then we got on to Damien. We started talking, and it took us a little bit of time to work out our different thoughts about how we were going to do the holiday.
But given people plan their holidays 2 years in advance, and we were like, it was the same year we went.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was months, within months.
Yeah. So there you go. So yes, we worked it out. I mean, we were trying to work it out based on that we had no idea about where we were going and how. That's the thing with holidays. You don't know how long you really want to be there until you get there. You don't know where you want to be till you get there. But for the most part, it worked out really well.
It did, yeah, and we really did. And yes, again, that was you. I might have slept in a bit longer or taken things, but I'm so glad we didn't. We landed in Heathrow Airport, got through the airport really quickly, which was a miracle according to some people, and we didn't stop from then. We went to Ascot, then we went to this was on that day.
Yes.
And then to Windsor, and then to Clapham where we were staying, and that was just the first day. And then we were up early, and we just adventures every day.
That's right. The double-decker buses. My gosh, did you know there was so many?
Yes, I did actually, but
I kind of intellectually knew it.
Yes.
But it's like, because here they're a novelty.
Yes,
it's like, they're everywhere. But anyway, and the London Underground.
Yes,
the iconic Underground, that was pretty cool. And then we went and saw the countryside because you insisted. Yes. And we did 2 trips out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this was like, what were we there, 4 or 5 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And again, having seen how we did that, we would know how to be more strategic in our planning because we went to Oxford, came back to Clapham, and then went back in that direction, whereas we could have stayed at Oxford for the night.
Well, we hadn't even thought of it until we went to Oxford.
That's right.
And you said you wanted to go see the Downton Abbey area, which was, what are they called? The Cotswolds.
Yes.
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 So, I mean, we did well given it was a very spur of the moment thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we did. And Vicki was asleep at 9:00.
Oh yeah, that was it. Out like a light.
Yes.
Couldn't keep awake.
Even if we were in the theatre.
Yeah, that's right. So I slept through a play in the Noel Coward Theatre.
Yes. It was a gorgeous theatre, wasn't it?
It was.
And I even took a picture, which I wasn't supposed to, but I did.
The seats were very comfortable and it was very cosy inside.
And you'd had a few drinks too.
I had a few drinks all day long that day.
Yes.
I was trying out the beer.
Yes. Oh, dear. Yeah, so, I guess it's it'll be interesting to see. So where are you thinking of going? I mean, I certainly want to go to New Zealand next year.
Oh, do you? Okay. Have you not been?
Yeah. I went to Queenstown.
Oh, you went with me.
Yeah. I'm so unforgettable.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Although, when we were in Nice, we were very, very tempted to go to Italy. And I know that's very much on your...
As soon as Europe's available,
yes,
I'm there.
You're doing the countryside,
yes,
and
yes,
trying to speak the lingo with the locals.
Definitely, yeah. Well, I definitely want to go back to the UK. I want to go back to the French countryside, and then get to Italy. Definitely, and then I'd love to finish on a Greek island. That's been one of my, but one of the not one of the famous ones, the Bees or whatever they are, where there's all the young people. Yeah. So, yes, that's definitely at some point.
You want to try find somewhere with older people?
No. No, the locals. I want to find the locals. I love, I mean, I spent 8 months travelling through India and a couple of months travelling through Indonesia, and I love being with the locals. And that's where you do really get to be part of the community as much as you can.
Right. Okay. And so with New Zealand, going back to our bubble, our travel bubble, so where would you like to go in New Zealand?
One of my sons and it'll then be his wife, because they're getting married next year. They are planning to move over in about 6 months. But having said that, interestingly, you know how we spoke to Brian, who's moving over there?
Yes.
And he said good luck when I mentioned that my son was wanting to move over there. They're now looking at having a visa for New Zealand. So it's not going to be quite as easy as it has been to
relocate.
Yes.
Oh.
So yes. So he's thinking maybe the end of the year. But anyway, the plan at this point is that they're going to go over in about 6 months' time. And I thought, well, I can go visit. I'd like to go everywhere. I'd love to go visit our friend Janine, which is both the North Island, but I love the South Island too. And again, drive. I would definitely drive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we did a bit of driving when we went over to New Zealand because my cousin lives there, south of the South Island. So, but we only did the Queenstown area. And
which is beautiful.
Yeah. And went to, where they...
Christchurch? No?
No. One of the Sounds.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We went out on a boat. And so that was a bit of a drive. It was beautiful. And then we tried to do the Lord of the Rings tour.
Ah, yes.
Which was lovely. But we were... we had no idea. We had people stopping us saying, do you know where this and that is? We're like, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
So, yes. So you would do both the North and the South Island?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I'd want it to be a reasonable, 3-4 week holiday. Just feel like I've really had a holiday. Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
So this is the couple that were going to Canada? They're now going to New Zealand, right?
Yes. Well, Canada, I think, is out of
the equation.
Yeah, well, for the moment. So yes, they're the actors, and the acting world in New Zealand is flourishing. Okay. So that's and James's sister-in-law, sister-in-law, lives there. So Jackie's sister is there.
Right.
So sort of would make it easy. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, is there anything else about our European holiday? We haven't really spoken about Paris.
No.
That was cute.
Yes.
I mean, as in our accommodation was very cute, up the top of a very small boutique hotel in Montmartre.
Yes. I think the thing I loved about Paris was it being a different. Well, for a start, I wanted to go so badly, and it's really interesting. You know, I think again, your expectation. I expected song everywhere I went, and pretty women with flowers. I mean, I just had this. I mean, I didn't really expect song. Yes, I had romanticised it to the hilt, and. I love going to places where the culture is different, where the language is different, because it gets you having to think and I mean, I'm so glad you were there because you were so good at the navigation. But if I'd been on my own, I would have worked it out, you know. So, but those kind of things, even though at the end of 10 hours of travelling for the day, I've had enough of it, but it's part of it, and it's those things that you remember, you know.
I remember you wanting to kill me.
You noticed the knife, did you?
Daggers. That was the night I got us lost. But in my defence, I'm pretty sure it was the GPS. It was throwing us everywhere because we were around, the what's the called the Arc de Triomphe.
Yes,
and the cars were going there were people everywhere, and the GPS I think couldn't cope. And we were trying to get back on the train, and I think at some point I looked up the hotel, but it gave me the wrong address. So anyway, and you're like, and I'm like, oh look, there's somewhere to have a drink. Let's sit and have a drink, and I can work it out from there. And
dear,
no, you wouldn't have it.
Well, I did.
Because you could put your feet up, you poor thing. You were in pain, I think. Yes.
Yeah, my feet had enough for that day.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.